This is me. And this is my face after spending $1,100 on the biggest RGB light I've ever seen. Except wait, it only does red? But why? Over 3,000 studies have proven this light to give you increased energy, reduced inflammation, better performance in the gym and faster muscle recovery, higher testosterone, healthier skin, and much more. But who am I? Hi, I'm Damien. I'm 23, I weigh 145 pounds, and I'm 5'7".
That was on pure accident.
I exercise regularly, stay away from junk food, and only drink about once a month. I don't have any chronic pains or diseases that I'm trying to cure. I just have a hobby of being as healthy as I can. My hope is that in addition to all these other benefits, the red light will shrink some of these fatty cysts I've had since I was a child. I have a lot of them. I've already had 7 of them removed, and I have scars to prove it, which I'd also like to get rid of. Plus, I thought my family might enjoy some of these benefits. You can check out that video up in the top right if you're interested. But without further ado, it's time to set up the red light and get started.
Heck, this thing is chonky. Alright, so the easiest way to get it set up was on my door. Time to actually get shirtless and get started. So. Alright, so first impressions. I gotta say, it's pretty relaxing, not gonna lie. It's kind of like whenever you're out sunbathing. It's nice and warm. The fans are not that loud. They do have like a whirring sound to them that like I find interesting, and even though you can clearly see I'm wearing underwear, I feel really warm in like my nether region, and also whenever I'm doing treatment on my back, I feel very warm on my bum. I can't necessarily say that I'm gonna go out and just conquer the world or anything, but I do feel warm, which is really nice. Maybe even hot a little bit. But what was really cool whenever I was facing it, I kept my eyes closed most of the time, and I found myself wanting to relax them more, and I saw tons of little like sparkly dots everywhere. It's kind of like whenever you go to an old cinema and you can see like little dots everywhere on the screen, but like on my eyes, while everything was also red. Something else that was cool, whenever I opened my eyes after the session, everything looked blue. Keep in mind that I was standing about 12 to 14 inches away, and I only did 6-minute sessions each side. I just kind of wanted to start out a little bit light. I could probably go for more, but I'll leave that to tomorrow. Alrighty, so it is 11:26, about to go to bed. Definitely felt it more like right after it happened, and I wrote, gotta say, I do feel better. It's really odd, but it's just like I've got more happiness hormones or something. Like there's less to worry about. But I feel warm, like I have a lighter step, and I'm able to do pull-ups easier. I even did them more explosively, and I did that on my 3rd set. I feel energized. It was cool. Like I feel like maybe I had a bit more of an edge today. Definitely know that I want to go for a little bit longer of a session tomorrow. And one thing that's been kind of annoying is getting used to this 33-pound weight on the back of my door. I'm so used to flinging my door open. I'm used to it being light, and it's not. Good morning. I've been up for maybe like 10 minutes. I did leg day on Monday before I got this thing, and I'm still sore from it. So I think I might do some red light therapy session on my legs too. Alrighty, so what can I say about today's 4 sessions? So the only session that I really have anything to say about was the one where I was shining the light on my balls directly. 5 minutes in, I kind of felt like I'd probably got my dose, but I also wanted to do my legs. So I went ahead and completed the 10-minute session, and while I was doing so, I was researching how red light therapy affects your testosterone on the internet. As far as I can tell, both red light and near infrared light can help, but near infrared light has not been researched as much. One thing that they mentioned is to keep your balls cool. Now these panels are supposed to not create too much heat. However, I will admit, my balls felt very warm. I'm not saying that they were like hot, they weren't like boiling or anything, but they did cool down very shortly after the session. I think I might just have to play this one by ear. About 8 minutes into the session, I kind of almost felt like I could feel these veins inside of my body like working, like connecting to my kidneys or whatever. Keep in mind, I don't know very much, if at all, about the anatomy of this region down here, but it just felt like there were some veins right here in this direction going up like that. I couldn't tell if maybe they were just like working really well or like almost being pushed to work a little bit too hard. Maybe next time I'll go shorter, or maybe it wasn't the best idea to go 10 minutes, my first session on my balls. Also, don't know if I'll put this in the video, but being in the red light kind of gave me a
initially. Eventually it went away. Just interesting to note. And another thing that I kind of forgot about, last night I slept pretty good. Of course, I've been working on my sleep for a little while now, so it didn't really seem like it was too out of the ordinary. And it could just be the fact that I've been up and about, but the soreness in my leg seems to have minimized, at least a little bit. So it is about 4:30 and wow, today. I almost felt high. I almost felt like I drank like a gigantic freaking monster or something, but without the sugar, and I consumed literally nothing. I was hyper focused. Like, if you've ever drank so much caffeine that you almost feel high, that's how I felt. It was a head high. At times it almost felt like a headache. I felt alive, energized. My balls felt alive. And so my balls are fine now, but even earlier in the day, I kind of felt as though maybe I had gone a little bit too hard on them. And the fact that it was cloudy outside, it affected me like none. Typically on a cloudy day, I'll just kind of feel a little bit groggy, but not today. And I just had so much energy. It makes sense though, because I went from 12 minutes total to 40 minutes. And I even stood a little bit closer. In a way, I think I may have overdosed a little bit on red light therapy, so it was a big jump for me. I definitely think I'm gonna cool it, but yeah, it was a lot. Of course, I'm still energized now, but on my way home, I almost felt tired. I feel like maybe I could take a nap, and I probably will sleep very well tonight. However, I do still have energy. Later that day, I was dead. I was so tired, I just sat in the sun on my couch and just wasted away. All right, I gotta be quieter, because it's 4:49 in the morning. Hold on just a minute. Why am I up so early? Well, you see, I was actually flying up for a weekend trip to New Jersey to see some family. I couldn't bring the light though, and these are the only 2 days I skipped, so we're gonna resume with day 4 when I get back.
Hi, honey, I'm home.
Hello, dear. Hi, Pop.
So since I've got about an hour to kill, I'm gonna take a shower and hit another red light therapy session. Hopefully we have fun in New Jersey. Bye. I feel exhausted. Of course, I feel better now that I'm off the plane and I'm back in a stationary place, but I'm tired. It's Monday, April 4th. I have a test tomorrow that I gotta study for. So I'm gonna do a red light therapy session and take a shower and probably drink some hot water, not necessarily in that order, because I know that's what I need in order to feel better. I did consume alcohol, I did consume sugar, and I did consume vegetable oils, which I usually stay away from. And it was for this reason that I decided to fast for 3 days. At the time, it felt like I had to make up for lost progress, but looking back at the footage, I honestly don't see that much of a difference. I maybe gained like 6 pounds, if that. But yeah, so I just got out of the shower. I didn't notice it until I was looking in the mirror, but kind of crazy. You can see how one weekend of having fun, and I've got little red spots of acne that I'm pretty sure I didn't have before. Okay, so I took a shower, had my red light therapy sessions. I feel a lot better. Still have like a small headache. Probably just need to hydrate. Wish me luck on my test. Good morning. So today's Thursday, April 7th, which means that I have fasted for 3 days now. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I haven't eaten anything since Sunday, and I am so glad because I finally get to eat something this morning. Anyway, after fasting, this is what I look like. Flexed and not flexed. I definitely think that the fast has gotten me back closer to where I was before I went to New Jersey. However, it was a challenge. I probably didn't need to do 3 days, but I reset my body and I'm ready to get back to eating again. If you've never fasted before, the first day is the hardest. I could not stop thinking about food. So here's an update on that acne that I had a couple days ago. It honestly looks like it's pretty much gone away. I mean, there's like a little bit of residue there. But some other interesting things that I found is that these cysts do feel a little bit smaller. But I'll admit, I'm not entirely certain. Alright, this is first thing I've eaten in 3 days. That was pretty good. Gotta say, lit up my tongue quite a bit. Alright, so it's been probably a week since I recorded. Now you may notice that the video and especially the audio quality is better, and that's because the audio quality on this Canon that I've been using is garbage. The microphone on my phone is better than the microphone on this G7X, a dedicated camera. Anyway, regarding red light therapy, I almost feel like my eyes have gotten better. Whenever I take my glasses off, I just feel like maybe I can see just a hair bit clearer. I've also noticed my skin feels less dry, like there's more moisture in my skin. I want to say maybe I see some improvements in a couple of my scars as well. Oh wow, that one actually does look better. Yeah, they're only minor, but improvements are improvements nonetheless. But since I had a pretty good leg day yesterday and I woke up sore as frick this morning, I'm gonna do a session on the front and back of my legs as well. And that means this will be the second time that I shine the light directly on my balls. But last time I did this, I did 10-minute sessions for a total of 40 minutes, and I felt like I was high. So today, I'm just gonna do 4 8-minute sessions and save myself a bit of time. Hopefully I'm not sore for as long as I usually am, but that's why we're testing it out. Oh gosh. So it's the next day. I can't say for a fact that I feel as though the red light has helped my soreness go away, because I woke up this morning extremely sore and I'm still sore. I'll keep you updated on whether or not the red light actually helps me with my recovery, but so far I'm not seeing it. I woke up this morning and my legs are considerably less sore, but they're still sore. Honest to goodness though, that happens anytime that I do a leg day. 3 days after it, I'm pretty much back to normal. I can't necessarily say that the red light therapy helped that. I can't really say anything else about the red light therapy. Hopefully this isn't a freaking boring video. You may have noticed that I changed locations. I am at my parents' house today. So now that it's been 4 days since I've done leg day, my legs are completely back to normal, but that's how that usually goes anyway. I just remembered that I had a back workout on Wednesday though, and I noticed that I never really felt sore from that back workout. So maybe the red light therapy had a part to play there. However, I have had this pain in my thumb because I bent it back whenever I was doing something stupid, going on a hike one day. Whoa! I'd like to say it's gotten better, but it's still not healed yet. See, that's what is kind of confusing to me about the idea that the red light therapy helps you heal faster, because I can't tell, like if it took 10 days without the red light therapy and 8 with the red light therapy, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference just because I can only experience one. Something I've definitely noticed so far though is that it really does help me start my day. It's like my equivalent to coffee. I woke up this morning after not getting as much sleep as I should be, and I felt tired, groggy, and then I stand in front of this thing for 2 8-minute sessions and I feel a lot better. Alrighty, so showed my parents the red light therapy yesterday. Had a ton of fun. It was great. I think they like it. I hit 2 10-minute sessions today, and I got more sleep yesterday, so I'm feeling quite a bit better than I did yesterday. Guess it just goes to show that you can't just do red light therapy. You also have to, get good rest in order to actually feel good. Only other thing that I've noticed that's new is that red light therapy helps my bowels work in the morning, which I don't think I realized until my mother pointed it out to me after she tried it. All right, today is April 18th. If you watched my last video, then you'll know that I got a speeding ticket, so today I'm going to court for that, and I'll admit, it's a pretty rainy day. Even though I did 20 minutes of red light therapy this morning, I'll admit I still felt crappy. I just didn't have any go juice. Like I wanted to get stuff done, but I just had a really hard time getting going. So I hit another red light therapy session again. I had 5 minutes on the front, 5 minutes on the back, and I feel better. I'm glad I did it. Usually I've just been sticking to the mornings, but honestly, I needed it. So. Come in. Good morning. So it's been about a week since I've recorded for this video, and that's honestly because not that much is happening. Also, I've started doing my red light therapy sessions naked, and since I'm not like 6 foot tall, the top of my catches a little bit of the red light, so I've negated the need to do a lower body session unless I really want to. And one thing I noticed this morning is that my recovery time on workouts may actually be shortening. I did a leg day on Monday and I really didn't get that sore. From what I remember, it was a pretty intensive workout as well. The last thing, I'm still getting good sleep. I made it sound like I was not really seeing any improvements. I'm guessing what this means is that the improvements I'm seeing are just becoming normal to me. I'm starting to think when my 30 days are done that I should just go 3 days without red light therapy at all to see if I notice a difference. Oh, and there's one more thing that I'm noticing that I'm actually not a fan of. If I don't wake up early enough, then the red light therapy just takes up all my morning time. Once I'm done with it, I don't have time to meditate or to gratitude journal. And not doing those two things has kind of started to affect my mental health just a little bit. And instead of doing meditation and gratitude journaling, I'm finding myself standing in front of the red light bored. So I just naturally grab my phone. To fix this, I've started leaving my phone away from me and putting a book there instead, so that if I want to distract myself with something, it's at least a productive book. And with that, my 30 days finally came to an end, where I found that ultimately though, I like the red light therapy panel, but I'll admit after the first 2 weeks, it just kind of felt normal to me. Yes, my skin felt softer, but I couldn't really tell a big difference other than that. I always had the same 3 or 4 main benefits. I pooped even more regularly than usual. A couple of my scars looked like they might have actually gotten better. I could maybe tell a difference in recovery time, but it was like slightly. And cloudy days didn't affect me hardly at all. And in addition to that, between day 1 and day 31, I became leaner, thanks to the fast. My acne improved, and unfortunately, I'm still stuck with these fatty cysts I have. Even if they did shrink, the amount was so small I could hardly tell a difference. Like I mentioned earlier in the video though, it's not without its drawbacks. It takes me 20 minutes in the morning just to do my front and back now, so unless I wake up early, I don't have time to meditate or gratitude journal usually before I head off to school. And I've also learned that it's not a replacement for the sun. I still really enjoy sunlight. Now as for the testosterone, I want to say maybe I felt a difference, like maybe my libido increased a little bit, but I'm pretty single, so instead I'm just going to tell you the difference in measurements of my balls before the 30 days and now after. I just have to measure them. I'll put the before and after measurements on screen. I think that they got a little bit bigger, but probably not that much. Keep in mind though, this wasn't my focus. I only did a few sessions where I pointed the light directly at my crotch. But still yet, I wanted to give you guys as much of a before and after as I possibly could. And to come up with an even more solid conclusion, I decided to stop using the panel for at least 3 days. And I'm gonna see if and how it changes me, because other than when I went to New Jersey to see some family, I've been using it every single day. So going 3 days without it might make a difference. So today is May 10th, and I just had my first red light therapy session since day 30, which means that it's been a total of 9 days. And I have some thoughts. The most obvious thing that I noticed is that I'm pooping less regularly. My skin also seems to be drier. To be fair though, I have been out in the sun a lot more, mowing since it's now mowing season. However, something I'm very surprised by, my skin feels a lot more moist, legitimately in the span of doing the red light therapy session. I hadn't even finished and I could feel my skin felt better already, which was really weird. I also notice I may have a bit less motivation to go exercise, and whenever I am in the gym, I have less energy. If there's any one thing that's up in the air though, it's this one. I've not been getting as much sleep as I should lately, but perhaps the biggest thing that I noticed is that I missed it. When I would wake up in the morning, I would feel really tired. Again, I was not getting as much sleep as I should have. But I found myself really missing the bump in the morning. Now, I'm not a coffee drinker, but if you had looked at these past 9 days of my life, you would have thought otherwise. Because I woke up and I'd be tired. Naturally, I turned to coffee. And I'll admit, it is not a replacement. It really is not. I was less tired after drinking coffee, but boy, it was nowhere near as rejuvenating. This freaking thing is awesome, now that I think about it. However, if they could make it even more powerful, that would be great. It still doesn't compare to the sun. It's crazy how much I've grown to appreciate the sun over the course of the past couple months. This morning though, my first session in 9 days, holy frick. It was very relaxing. It was very nice. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, you should probably check out this one, where I made my family do red light therapy and I interviewed them with questions to see what they thought about it. It's a completely different experience from mine. They only tried it like once, whereas this was obviously 30 days. But have a good day.
This thing is a lot bigger than I expected. Here's a shot of it next to me, and then my guitar and my dog. She's only like 6 pounds, so honestly, what do you expect?